What's up, boys and girls? This is SPITLOGIC, and today I'm going to do another album review.
You know, I ain't never felt safe, so go and get that look off your face. From the urban to suburban, back to urban.
Don't Just Listen is the latest album by rapper IV Conerly. This is a rapper that is a West Coast rapper from the LA, San Diego area. So with any album review, I'm going to go over the beats, the lyrics, the quality, the theme, and the standouts. What is it about this album that separates it from others, and is it worth it? So let's get into those beats.
What do you tell a mother who just lost a son? To the barrel of another man's gun. How do you tell his son this dad's never coming back?
So I enjoyed the beats on here a lot. These were well done, well made beats. You know, this is a West Coast based album, so there are some of that West Coast funk that you're gonna hear on the album, which was fine. There were some beats that were well done, they were okay done. They didn't really stand out to me that much. Some samples that you've heard before, loops and samples, breaks that you've heard before. And then there were some songs that really resonated with me. There were some songs that really just had a lot of soul embedded in them. And it was really a really big treat to listen to these beats. I really enjoyed the melodic choices that they made. And then, you know, when it comes to like gospel music, this is, you know, I could hear elements of gospel music being taken from there and put into this rap format. It's not very easy to do that without it coming across a little cheesy, but what they've done here, what IV Conerly has done here is done that and mastered it and meshed it well. So the beats work really well, especially for the style of rap that he's going for.
Straight to the point, they say the Bible's been plagiarized. A white man's religion, they went and telling the people lies. They rewrote history, so you don't even...
Lyrics on this album. I am a lyric man first, so listening to the lyrics, I would say they're okay. They aren't necessarily big on punchlines. You're not going to hear anything that is, you know, overtly clever, but he gets his point across with the words that he says. There are some times where I felt like he was writing lyrics and it was kind of like just filler in order to get to the end of the verse. But all in all, you know, the lyrics are okay. I didn't particularly have a problem with them. I did notice something, and I think this may be the third album that I've reviewed on this channel that has had zero cursing in it. So this album didn't have any cursing in it. Clean lyrics. It's not always easy to make a song, especially when you're talking about the reality of the streets, what's going on in your neighborhoods, without having some sort of cursing. But he did it. He pulled it off well. Not the best top-notch lyrics, but the lyrics, they worked. Especially, they worked with the beat. Quality on this album was really good. I enjoyed the way it mixed. Just listening to it on different platforms that all pretty much sounded the same. It's amazing that when you have a beat that may sound pretty simple, that may sound like it's less than 8 tracks in a beat, and you're able to mix vocals well, it's not very easy to do that. And in addition to that, you know, IV Conerly, he does a little singing on this, and then he also has other people singing on some of the songs. And the way that it's mixed in well, it didn't sound separate from the rapping part. It sounded organic to each of the songs, and I think it was well mixed. I really did enjoy the way it was mixed. What is the theme of this album? What is IV Conerly trying to say? This is Christian rap. This is a Christian rap album. And this is, you know, I've been listening to hip hop for quite some time now. And I can honestly say that maybe 9 out of 10 Christian rap albums that I've heard are whack. This is that 1 out of 10 that isn't. I really, honestly, I just came in, I saw the album, I just started listening to it. I decided, you know what, I'm going to do a review for it. And by the second or third song, I realized, oh, this is a Christian rap album. So for me, it's been a while since I've just listened or, purposely tried to pick up a specific Christian rap genre album. When I was listening to it back in the 80s and 90s, it wasn't good. It wasn't well done. Again, 9 out of 10. I have not delved into specifically Christian-based rap. I would imagine that it's gotten a lot better. And if what IV Conerly is doing is any indication of that, then, maybe the Christian rappers do have something to prove, and maybe they should have a listen to.
DJ Rap. Yeah, let's celebrate, homie.
What stood out about this album? The thing that stood out most to me, well, there are two things about this which I found interesting. Number one, the choice of beats. It went from a very typical West Coast kind of sound, and then it kind of morphed into that kind of gospel, classical kind of beats. And then in listening to it and not knowing this is Christian rap, and before I was talking about the gospel and making that gospel music mesh, I'm amazed that as musical as church music is, as good as church music is, and really as good as church or choir albums are, Christian albums are, I'm surprised that it's taken a while for hip hop music, to kind of catch up with Christian music by meshing it and still, kind of not selling its soul, so to speak. They did a really good job of just kind of meshing that gospel sound and creating really good content in the texture of the beats. I am a lyric person, so I wasn't that impressed with the lyrics. I did understand the message that he was trying to convey. I guess what we need really in Christian rap is, just a really good lyricist to go along with these beats. I would have liked to have heard, a better lyricist over these beats. Not to take anything away from IV Conerly. What he did was really good. I enjoyed listening to his songs, and I thought the beats were catchy. I thought the music was catchy. And, I'm going to say right now, this is the best Christian rap album that I've heard. So with all things considered, I'm going to give this album a composite score of a 4.20. This was a pretty good album to listen to. It was a good listen. If you are really heavy on lyricism, this is not the album for you. If you are heavy in how it feels, if you are heavy in how a song makes you feel, this is probably a good album for you. If you don't typically listen to Christian rap, this is probably the best gateway song, the best gateway album to introduce you to that genre of music. It is not your typical Christian rap. And this is from a person that has listened to hip hop since the 80s. And I'm telling you, this doesn't happen a lot. You hear people reference God in a lot of songs, but you don't hear a purely Christian rap. And with that being said, when we're talking about Christianity, in the same respects that we would talk about any faith or any religion, he gets into a lot of different subjects that revolve around Christianity, the faith in Jesus Christ. So you are going to hear a lot of traditional Christian values. You're going to hear a lot of traditional Christian perspectives, which, it's 2018. A lot of things are a little bit different. And these ideas that he puts out in this album are traditionally Christian, and it is a part of Christianity. So I would be prepared to hear that perspective. Be prepared to hear exactly what I have grown up you know, in my experiences with Christianity, I'm an older guy, so my experience with Christianity is if you were wearing an earring, there was something wrong. So it feels like it comes kind of from that road, from that tradition. It is Christian rap. It is Christian. The Christian comes before the rap portion, right? So that's it. You know, that's how I feel about the album. I thought all in all, it was a good listen. Let me know what you think, if you agree or not. And until next time, peace.